Let's be real. In a world that's constantly screaming about hot stocks and the next big market crash, it is so easy to feel like you're just guessing with your money. So today, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're going to build a simple, clear, and purposeful framework for investing, one you can actually stick with for the long haul.
And we're going to start with this incredible idea from Warren Buffett because it really captures the entire game of investing. It's not a battle of who's smartest. It's a battle of who has the right temperament. The market is basically designed to test your patience. And as we're about to see, the rewards almost always go to the person who can just wait.
I mean, let's be honest. Staying patient today feels almost impossible, right? Your phone is buzzing with market alerts. Headlines are screaming about the next big crash or some can't-miss stock. All of this constant digital noise is literally engineered to make you feel like you have to do something right now, to make you impatient.
So that really is the million-dollar question. How do you build a system that shields you from all that short-term noise and keeps you locked in on your long-term goals? Well, the answer isn't just about having more willpower. It's about having the right principles and a really solid plan.
Okay, so first things first. Before you even think about investing a single dollar, you absolutely need a guiding philosophy. Think of it as the compass for your entire financial journey. Because without it, you're not really investing. You're just wandering around, reacting to every little twist and turn in the market. So what exactly is an investing philosophy? Well, it's your personal rule book, the why behind every single one of your decisions. This is what you're going to lean on when your emotions try to take over. When the market is soaring and you feel that greed kicking in, or when it's plummeting and you feel absolutely terrified, this philosophy is your anchor.
And a great philosophy can be built on three really timeless ideas. First, just own pieces of productive businesses, things that actually create value in the world. Second, you have to recognize that your greatest advantage isn't being clever. It's being patient. The magic of compounding works over decades, not days. And third, and this is a big one, forget trying to predict the market. Instead, focus obsessively on the things you can control: how much you save, the fees you pay, and your own behavior. If you get these right, you're already way ahead of the game.
All right, so once your compass is set, you need a destination. A vague goal like, I want to get rich, is totally useless because it doesn't tell you when you've actually arrived. To make real progress, you need a specific, calculated target to aim for.
And this is the question that trips up so many of us. We all want financial security, but what does that even look like in real numbers? How do you know when you've actually made it?
Well, the answer is what we can call your financial freedom number. It's simply the amount of invested money you need to generate enough income to cover your living expenses forever without ever having to work again. This simple idea turns that fuzzy dream of being rich into a concrete, mathematical target.
And you know what? Calculating it is surprisingly simple. First, you just figure out how much you spend in a year. Second, pick a safe percentage you can withdraw from your investments each year. The 4% rule is a really common starting point. And third, just divide your annual spending by that withdrawal rate. That's it. That is your target.
So, for example, let's say you need about $40,000 a year to live comfortably. Okay, you just divide that by 0.04. The result? Your target is $1 million. And just like that, a big, intimidating number isn't some far-off dream anymore. It's a specific goal with a clear path to get there.
So, you've got your compass and you've got your destination. Now you need the vehicle to actually get you there. This is your investment plan. And as you're about to see, the most effective plans are almost always the simplest ones. The core of your plan is something called asset allocation, which is just a fancy way of saying how you divide your money. A really common long-term approach looks something like this: a big chunk in stocks, which are just pieces of businesses for that long-term growth. A smaller part in bonds, which are kind of like loans for stability, and then a little bit of cash for flexibility. This simple mix is the engine that's going to power your whole journey.
But, even the most perfectly designed engine can break down. So what is the single biggest threat to this simple, effective plan? Is it a recession, a market crash, maybe inflation?
Nope. The number one enemy is you. It's our own hardwired emotions, fear and greed, that cause us to ditch the plan at the worst possible moments. You know the drill: selling when prices are low out of panic, and buying when they're high out of FOMO. So how do you protect your plan from your own worst instincts? Easy. You build a system that runs without you. You automate it. By setting up automatic investments every single month, you create the ultimate tool for discipline. It takes emotion right out of the equation, it stops you from trying to guess the market's next move, and it forces this effortless consistency that builds real wealth over time.
And this brings us to our final, and honestly, probably the most important section. We've got the compass, we've got the map, and we've got the vehicle. But none of that matters if we don't know why we're taking the journey in the first place. What is all of this actually for?
This quote from Will Rogers just cuts right to the heart of it, doesn't it? It perfectly highlights this trap of earning and spending without ever stopping to ask that crucial question. Is this actually making me happy, or am I just trying to look successful to other people?
See, true wealth isn't just about having a big pile of money, it's about what that money builds for you. And purposeful wealth really rests on 3 pillars. First, there's security, the ability to handle whatever life throws at you. Second, there's freedom, the power to choose your own path and to say no to things that don't serve you. And finally, there's meaning, having the resources to support the people, the causes, and the experiences you truly value.
So let's end with this thought. Your money, your investments, your entire financial plan, all of these things are just tools in your toolbox. The only question that truly matters, and the one that only you can answer, is this: what will you build with them?